Nintendo just dropped a hype new trailer for The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, and this game just keeps looking better and better and more amazing with each new trailer that they drop. This trailer focuses on a brand new area, the Still World, confirms dungeons and bosses, shows some new techniques, characters, and more. So join me today as we journey into the Still World and talk about this brand new trailer for The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. What's up, everyone? This is Justin, and welcome to Just Keep Playing. Please join me today as we talk about The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. Echoes of Wisdom was already looking really good, but after this trailer, it just moved up to potential Game of the Year status, at least for me. The world continues to look more and more expansive. This looks like it's going to be a pretty big game and meaty adventure. Characters in this world look like they're going to have so much personality, a diverse landscape of town and landscapes to explore, and some really cool mechanics to engage in the world with. Echoes of Wisdom is taking a lot of cues from Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, but in my opinion, it's borrowing from the best parts of those games. You can see that all throughout this trailer. This trailer focuses on the Still World, which the Still World does remind me a lot of the depths from Tears of the Kingdom. But the big difference here is that the depths just kind of mirrored the land above, whereas in the Still World, it looks like it's a completely new world that has pieces of Hyrule down there. And the Still World seems just as terrifying as the depths, if not a little bit creepier. Seeing the citizens of the world trapped there, just petrified and hanging, and then seeing that if they're there for too long, they just dissolve away, that puts some real urgency onto Zelda's quest. So let's get into the Still World a little bit more. So the Still World is like this massive void of a place that has fragments of the world from Hyrule as well as the people that are trapped there. And in order to get there, there are these tears and rifts throughout the land of Hyrule that Zelda has to jump in to get into the Still World. It seems like where you jump into one of these tears or rifts will determine the type of theme or setting that the Still World has. Like I think in the trailer we saw like a lava type of place. So maybe that's something that a place that we get to from jumping into a tear from the Gerudo area, or maybe from the Goron's world or something like that. And so in the Still World, that's where we'll find the dungeons and bosses for each of those dungeons. What we don't know is if these dungeons have key items or maybe key echoes for us to use throughout the adventure. They did show with the bosses that Zelda was using the echoes to help her fight the bosses. But what I still want to know is, can we turn these bosses into echoes and use those for maybe some potential massive battle, maybe towards the end of the game? I think that would be pretty cool and hype if they did that. The other massive reveal that we get from this trailer is that Zelda finds a mysterious sword, and when she picks it up, it transforms her into the sword fighter form. So now everyone can rest easy. Zelda will be able to fight enemies directly by herself in this sword fighter form, and she won't just have to rely on her echoes to do the attacking. One of the interesting things from the sword fighter form that we saw is that it runs out over time, but that its power can be replenished by collecting energy from throughout the Still World. Another interesting part that we saw is that in that bar, it said level 1. So it could be presumed that we can level up the sword fighter form. So what do we get when we level it up? Does it just last longer, or does she get new abilities within the sword fighter form? It all looks really interesting, and it begs another question. Will there be other forms that she can use throughout the game, and what will those abilities be? We also got a glimpse of some of the new characters and inhabitants of Hyrule. The main focus of this one was a character named Dampe, who's an engineer that crafts gizmos called automatons for Hyrule that have their own abilities and effects. We saw one that released some type of explosion that took out all of the nearby enemies. Another one that was shooting musical notes that seemed like it was driving one of the enemies crazy. And then another one that was shooting out these rock type bombs. The automatons do break apart if they take up too much damage, but will we be able to level up these bad boys just like the sword fighter form? And what do we have to do to replace them after they break apart? So far from this trailer, we've just seen these automatons being helpful in battle, but will they be useful? Will there be other automatons that will be useful for traversal or solving puzzles throughout the world too? It seems like these automatons are taking the place of the sages from Tears of the Kingdom. Hopefully, they do a better job of keeping them out of the way, unlike the sages from Tears. To wrap things up, we saw little teases of potential gameplay options in the game. We saw what looked like a different version of the Great Fairies, but what abilities will they grant Zelda? We don't know that yet. We saw Zelda being affected by the weather and temperature again. So will we be able to get clothing to better survive in these areas, or will it have an effect on her like that? There look to be some stealth areas or options in the game too, where we saw Zelda hiding inside of a pot, and then she startled an enemy when she popped out and showed them. Everything that we find out about this game brings up more questions and intrigue. And all I know is that I'm so excited for this game. And with each trailer, I get more and more excited. It's kind of crazy and funny to think that while Nintendo was working on Tears of the Kingdom, they were developing this brand new 2D top-down Zelda right under our noses at the same time. And we'll be playing it in less than a month from now. The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, after this last trailer, has pretty much shot up straight to the top of my list of most anticipated games for this year. And the best part is that we don't have to wait too long to be able to play it. Echoes of Wisdom looks like the perfect blend of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom in 2D form, but with the dungeons that fans have been asking for. And now we get to experience all of this while playing as Princess Zelda for the first time in her own brand new solo adventure. And to me, that's just really exciting. But what about you? Are you excited for The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom? Did this trailer just get you more hyped too? Or did they put too much Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom in your 2D Zelda? Please leave a comment down below and let me know your thoughts on The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this type of content, please hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you later. Have a good one. Peace.